Rockers have been having dust-ups with the law since the first time Elvis was arrested in 1955. Given all the various interactions with law enforcement and the courts over the past 7-odd decades, rock and rollers are in a unique position to put us fans wise to the perils of running afoul of the law. So on this week's Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, we're going to tell you the stories behind 10 songs that taught us the crime doesn't pay. Get ready to rock out with your talk out. It's the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. All right, boys and girls, moms and dads, children of all ages, welcome to the circus, the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Hanging out one more time yet again to bring you some awesome music talk and humor. At least you could humor us by listening.
We think we're funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think kind of funny. Funny looking.
No, I don't think that about myself.
No.
But I was, as the intro music was playing, I had this vision of like a sort of like a little video thing that would be happening on the screen while that's playing.
Okay.
And it was us as silhouetted characters, like pink, like bright pink and bright blue, and like bright yellow against like a black background.
Sure.
Like doing like, real like 1960s-ish spy movie, like karate chop things and everything,
With the gun.
Almost like the beginning of Charlie's Angels,
Yeah,
or something
right?
like that,
boy.
Okay.
And I think that would be fucking hilarious.
Well, you guys can be my angels, and I can be Charlie.
Okay.
Lily's
okay,
Angels.
Charlie.
Lily's Angels.
Cheer up, Charlie. Do you have the golden ticket, Charlie?
You lose. You get nothing.
There we go. I knew it was in there.
Good day.
It was in there somewhere. Just had to bring it out.
All right, guys. Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. We had to take a little side turn there. These things happen. This is why you tune in, isn't it? I want to tell you, first of all, our website is loudinirockandrollcircus.com. Lots of cool stuff there, including like our whole back catalog, me interviewing all kind of very cool people like Nancy Wilson from Heart and Dermot Mulrooney and all kind of really cool, famous people. I have a whole archive of that. Our YouTube archive is there. You get access to that stuff for like one click. As well as, the opportunity to get on our Inner Circle list, where you get the emails about what's going on, and you get access to our closed-up Facebook group. So it's a closed group, and it's all about music and having fun. There's no BS. And you get to see this podcast go down live, and we will interact with you guys a little bit later on. So LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. I'd love to give a shout out to Wolf's Customs. I think, Chris, were you in Facebook jail, brother? Because it feels like I haven't seen you. But I think I saw him commenting and sharing some stuff today, so I think he's back. But Chris Thunder, Wolf Dodson at Wolf's Customs. Check them out all over social media. They do amazing artwork on musical instruments. Just really cool stuff, kind of like anything you want. They specialize in hollow flash. They do a whole array of things as well. They'll when you get it back, it's all set up and it's totally sweet and everything. So find them at wolfscustoms.online or all over social media. Rockrageradio.com. Download the app there because you can hear great music programming 24/7 with the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Hot Licks with Lily Six. What's her name? She's new. Angelina.
Oh, she's not new. She's come back. It's the Bad Girl Rock Show. She used to be.
Yeah, so she messaged me and I said, why don't you come in like guest host with us on the circus? And she said she wants to do that.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So we'll get her on. That's something I think we should do. I think we should try to interact with, because you know what I mean. Like we could all be on each other's shows.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
we could have Kitra.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could have Michelle.
Right.
All the peeps.
We could do
John.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. So we could kind of help each other out and what's they call that cross
Pollination.
pollinate.
Promote.
Pollination.
Cross
Promote.
promotion.
Oh, that too.
Or cross pollination. I like cross pollination.
Cross dress. Cross dress with them.
Cross dress. We're going to what cross dressing is.
Oh boy, here we go.
Is when you
Sorry.
take
Yes. See,
You're having
you
some
don't
trouble.
know, do you?
I have several different clever things to say, and I can't pick which one I want to say.
Yes.
So I don't think we need to talk about cross dressing.
No.
I don't know how we got there, but
I don't know
anyway.
either.
Oh, we were cross pollinating.
Oh, that's what it was.
And I guess cross dressing is part of cross pollinating. Is that how that
Sure,
works?
why not? The bee
could-
gets dressed up.
It could be.
The little girl bee gets dressed up like a man bee, and vice versa, and then they visit flowers together. Is that
That's
right?
weird. That's kind of
Am
weird.
I not?
I'm not okay with that.
Did I failed nature in grade
You
school.
did.
I failed nature.
Failed nature.
Nature, I failed you. So, anyways, we are here with Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Lily V6 is in the house. Speaking of Rock Rage Radio. Anyways, go to rockrageradio.com, download the app, and you can listen to the craziness like this all the time. And believe me, you need this. Trust me, because we need this.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Rock Rage Radio, we have Lily V6. What's
Hi,
up?
what's up? Also, you forgot to mention it was free, I think. Rock Rage Radio. So
That's
I just
right.
wanna throw
It
that out
is
there.
free.
Free.
Well, wait a minute. Where's my? I need my skim.
Skim from free is well, nothing. There you go.
Nothing from nothing.
Leaves nothing. Yes.
Gotta do something. Motherfucker punch you in the lips.
What?
Don't you remember that?
No.
That's from the Eddie Murphy one of his stand-up comedy where he talks
I
about
remember
getting
that song,
punched in
I
the
don't
mouth
remember
in a disco.
Yeah. Okay.
Take notes, everyone. Go watch everything later.
So, anyways, guys, we're just having a lot of fun tonight. So we Pittsburgh Kevin.
Hey, what's up,
I'm
everybody?
sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm
That's okay.
Bouncing all around.
You
what are you
are.
doing, Pittsburgh Kevin? You all right?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
What did anybody do? Anybody do anything cool?
No.
No.
I never did.
All right.
Anything cool.
Since we
No,
didn't
give it
cool,
to-
we'll just move right into.
No, Lily did shit.
Friday I went to Casti Village to their little firework night, which was fun. I was on the VIP truck where there was a pool and sand.
You get a
and
Gianna
tiki bar.
Vias?
I did not go to Gianna
good
Vias.
for
I
you.
went to that little hibachi there though, which was
thank you.
delicious.
Hibachi. I don't know what that means, but yes, sorry.
And then
Oh,
I went to
didn't.
Tiki Bar in Finleyville on Saturday morning, and that's about all.
There you go.
You went to the Tiki Bar on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Wow.
At 11 a.m.
Getting started.
morning. 11 a.m. morning. Doesn't really
Ironically,
count.
I went to the titty bar. That's different.
Or that.
That's different than the tiki bar.
I mean, I was there.
Tikis and titties.
Yeah. Oh, there's the name of a restaurant.
There it is.
Nice.
You know, my favorite podcast, they watch their language, and sometimes
Oh.
I wonder if maybe we should do that, but we're not
No.
them.
No.
I'm just like, we do put on the podcast that with a little E,
Yeah.
that it's explicit. So I don't know, maybe, maybe we should clean that up. I don't know. It's just a thought. If you guys think we should clean it up,
No.
we can do
Look,
that.
if you don't want to hear
The
things
answer
like
is no.
you don't want to hear things like rectal fistula, don't listen to our show.
Now everyone's going to go look that up.
You're welcome. Anyway.
Yeah, nothing beats
Yes.
anus interruptus.
No, that's
God.
horrible.
That is when I heard that was an actual thing. I'm like,
Wow.
oh my god.
Anus interruptus. What a pain in the ass that is. You knew it was coming.
Oh,
This is why.
I gotta stop. I feel one of those
Panic
Stephen
attacks?
Sodomite
What?
opera things getting ready to come out of me. Is that his name, Stephen Sodomite?
I don't know.
I wish I could answer that question.
I just
but
wonder
I
how his
cannot.
butthole is.
Does I don't know. He does Cats or Rent your Cat or something.
Is that really his name? Sodomite?
That's not his name.
Sodom
something.
Soda?
Sodom of Sam.
No, it's not Sodom.
Sodom of Sam.
Sodom of
hell?
Sam.
Sodom of
you.
Sam.
He's an interesting dog.
Okay, let's go.
All right. What are we doing? Sodheim. Sodheim? Is it-
Yeah, that's it.
There you
that's
go.
it.
Look at me knowing stuff.
So I gotta
Yeah.
nix it. All right.
Hey,
So-
wait. Now you wanted me to remind you of a certain
Oh
person's
yeah,
name.
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm reminding you.
You are reminding me.
Yeah.
But
Good thing you
that
remembered.
hint is like not enough to jog it back. So we will have to circle back.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been holding on to that
okay.
thought.
I know what it was.
Yeah, I'll tell you the guy's name if
I
you
know.
want.
No, I remember. Before we were somebody. What did you say? Kevin said something, and I thought he said what? You said he. I thought you said Tina Turner or.
Oh, eternal life or something like that, and you thought it was Tina Turner life.
Tina Turner. I thought he said Tina Turner life.
Yeah, that's it.
And so we started joking around about Ike and Tina Turner and blah 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 blah. And I recall I worked in a band with this dude, and when he had that in his child's room when she was a baby, he put up a picture of Dwight Eisenhower and a picture of Tina Turner. And everybody came to his house, he would show it to me, and he goes, "Look, Ike and Tina."
Wow.
He literally had his
That's
babies laying
good.
there in a crib, and there's Ike and
Yeah.
Tina on the wall.
The child grew up
That's the kind-
thinking,
Those were his parents.
you know, that president was an asshole. He used to beat Tina Turner. Whoa, what? What?
Eisenhower beat
Yeah,
Tina
yeah. That's my dad.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so I don't know why. So we were.
That's
It was a
funny.
random thought.
That's
so,
great.
this is a really. There's certain tropes
Yes.
in rock music. We
Sure.
kind of talked about this before, right? There's the love. We found love. I'm in love. There is the bitch left me and broken hearted. You know what I mean? There's that trope.
Oh,
There is.
yeah.
You know what I mean? There's we did a podcast on songs about musicians, like songs like Johnny B. Good. That's a trope, And a popular trope in music, not just rock music, but in music in general, is running afoul of the law, getting in up to some naughty business. And I think it's interesting, and there's way more than 10 songs.
Legit.
There's like a gazillion
Yeah.
songs.
Gazillion
And I have a
songs.
couple I think that are kind of zingers.
Okay.
Ooh.
That y'all are gonna go, oh yeah.
Okay.
I got a couple.
Yeah.
So but we are going to start as we always do with Lily. So what do you
With
got?
me, so the first one I have is sort of a country song, but I really love it, and I just heard it all weekend long, was Uneasy Rider 88 by Charlie Daniels. Not the original Uneasy Rider, but the Uneasy Rider 88. It's a funny song about ending up in jail, and Charlie Daniels is a storyteller in all of his songs, which is something I really like. It might even be a little controversial, this song, because it talks about these guys. They're on the road, they're going to stop at a bar, they end up at a gay bar. And one of the guys realizes it. Well, not a gay bar. I mean, they're cross-dressing gay people, the whole thing. But one guy realizes it, one guy doesn't. The guy that doesn't realize it goes off and dances with the ladies.
Hey.
Charlie Daniels is looking around like, this isn't our kind of place, blah, blah, blah. But in the end, they fight their way out of the bar. They speed off in their really fast motor vehicle, and they get pulled over and end up in jail, where he has to call his father to bail him out. And the last lines of the song is, now I'm sitting here in the county jail. I had to call my daddy to get our bail, but I learned a lesson that I'll never forget again. I've done given up drinking, and I've given up bars and running around the country in souped up cars. I'm going back to where the women are women and the men are men. So that's probably a controversial
There you
part
go
of
then.
it. But yeah, they end up in jail over
Huh.
getting out of a bar that they didn't belong in necessarily.
Wow.
Good one.
Interesting.
Good one, Lily.
Thanks.
That's a very good one. I think very good. You did a very good job.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so who do we have?
Well, I'll go next
Why
if you
don't you
don't
go next?
mind.
If you don't mind.
So
We
I'm
know
gonna
I
go
studied on killing on you. I
again?
studied on quite a bit.
Did you now?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So my first song is 18 of Life.
Damn
Did you
you
have
all
you
to
guys?
hell.
No, I'm like, I know Lily's probably gonna have this, but that's the first. Oh, but that's that's like supposed to scare me.
Yeah, because
Turns
it does.
me on.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's by Skid Row. Did you ever hear them?
Unfortunately, no, I'm
You
just
heard of
kidding.
those guys? Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of them.
But the title of the song alludes to its subject, 18-year-old Ricky. He was, yeah, you know that guy. And he ends up receiving a sentence of life imprisonment for the murder of another teen. So,
OMG.
yeah, so don't shoot another teen, okay? Because you go to jail, okay?
And the song was inspired by
You can-
Sabo's brother's Rick's life after coming home from Vietnam.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
accidental murder. And the music video is exactly that.
Yeah, I remember V.
All right.
I
cool.
sure like that Skid Row. They seem like nice boys. I'm just saying.
Well,
If I was to say something, that's what I'd be saying. They seem like nice boys.
Lily, can you look up something for me? Can you find me? I don't have a date on this or anything.
1867.
It's 1967.
Yeah, 1867.
This is "Give Me Some Water" by the man himself, Mr. Eddie Money. We don't. Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. January 1979.
All right.
Wow.
There it is.
Quick and dirty.
Your clicker is dirty.
No, I said you're quick and dirty.
My clicker dirty.
My clicker is dirty.
Wow,
Please
I don't
excuse
even know
me.
what
Said
that
I'm quick
means.
and dirty.
tissue.
Getting down and quick and dirty. I said I'm quick and dirty. Oh,
Please hand me a
sorry.
tissue.
Did I just burst into a rap thing?
Yeah.
I
that's
kind of feel like
beautiful.
you did.
See, I'm very multicultural.
Oh, you're something.
Yeah, Give Me Some Water came out in 1979, and it tells the story of these, kind of gunmen, like Old West. Mm-hmm. It kind of tells this Old West story, and his mom, does, his mom and dad kind of, don't understand, and his dad gets sick, and so he's got to make some money, so he gets good with a gun. And of course, he gets up to all kind of shenanigans, and he eventually gets him and his brother team up as partners, and what happens is they kill a man at the Mexican border,
Right.
And that is the chorus. Give me some water, because I killed a man at the Mexican border. Cool, cool water. I need a little
I
water.
always forget about that song.
But it ends with, can't you see that long white rope hanging from the hangman's tree? Take the restless horse, tie my hands, of course, tell my mother that I'm finally free. So, it has a very kind of somber ending, but it's a big fucking hit.
Yeah.
And it's got a good beat. I believe that I saw people dancing to this on American Bandstand.
Really?
What? Yeah. Yeah. I can see it.
Like it's kind of like what? But it's really it's a big pop hit, and the whole song is just, and that's that's probably would be a subject of a good podcast. But I mean, like, you don't really hear, so I guess you do hear that there's always that segment of songs that come out. We did one, and that I did not realize, really. I did lyrics with Loudini, and I can't remember which one it was. And we were talking about, oh my goodness, this is kind of, might have been WAP.
Maybe.
Because it kind of progresses, that's interesting. So, okay, so got to give WAP some props for that.
Whoop, whoop.
Not whoop, WAP.
Oh, sorry.
Whap, whap. But this is a song that was a big pop hit that people dance to on American Bandstand. It's a 3 minute, 30 seconds, it's like the perfect length and everything. And it tells this really morbid story.
Yeah.
But it does show that crime does not pay.
No.
Do not kill people on the Mexican border.
No.
That is the moral of the fucking story.
Make sure it's in the Midwest somewhere.
Wow.
In the woods.
Or not at all.
Drag him to
Oh, you
Texas
can go
first.
that route too. Yeah, just don't kill them at all. But if you have to kill somebody,
If he need killing, he need killing.
Wow.
every now and again, need a good killing. I'm just saying.
Just say no, kids.
Just say.
Just say no to kids.
Or, yeah, that too.
That too.
Don't go there. That was a bad joke to make, considering the world situation, and I wasn't even thinking about that subject. So,
I
what do you
know,
got?
Which we know. So the next one on my list is London Dungeon by the Misfits.
Oh.
1981.
London Dungeons falling down.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
sorry.
it, Lou. Right.
Oh, God. After having traveled to the United Kingdom for an ill-fated tour with the British punk rock group The Damned in late 79, Danzig and Steele were arrested for their involvement in a fight inspiring them to create the song. So basically what happened is they were on tour with these, or they had played with these guys a couple of times. The Damned asked them to come on tour for 6 dates in England. The Misfits flew out to the United Kingdom for the tour, but the Damned, having scheduled a different opening act for their tour, was not expecting the Misfits' arrival. Nevertheless, the Damned's management booked the Misfits to the tour. There was some problems that happened. They didn't receive their payment for performing on the tour. Instruments and equipment that was supplied were substandard, so the guys got mad. They ended up in a fight, and in jail, Steele said, he turned to Glenn and said, we should make a song about it called London Dungeon. So there it is.
Go.
Awesome.
The more you know.
Right?
Very good, Lily. I
Yes.
give that a total right there.
Oh,
Sounds
boy.
like a mini boner, but okay.
Mini boner. Oh, Lou. Oh, Lily, you give me a,
Oh boy.
no.
Oh god.
Exactly. He ran away.
Wow. Well, you can't blame Kevin.
No, can't.
No,
You can't.
No, you can't blame Kevin because he's
I'm a-
Irish.
I'm a little
and
slow.
and if you give him enough to drink,
Yeah.
he'll be talking about the great potato famine and the little people.
Oh, what are you talking? Don't be talking about the potato famine unless you've lived through it.
See what I'm saying? Here we go. Here we go.
I went. Listen, I went.
Here's your sign. No,
I
I'm
went
not doing
to
that thing.
I went to Giant Eagle and they didn't have any Ore-Ida boxes of potatoes.
Luckily, they had whiskey, so it's all right.
It's your pick first.
It's my turn.
It's my pick.
I'm gonna
it's
go.
my pick, and I'll cry if I want to.
Remember, folks, this is free, so don't be, So mine.
Get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, and then some. So I'm gonna go with low-hanging fruit on this one with "I Fought the Law."
Yay!
Yeah, I'm talking about the Clash here, the Clash's version here. Now I don't know if you know this, Lou. What?
I said all right.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. I don't know if you know this, here, Lou. But it was written by Sonny Curtis and Bobby Fuller.
Sonny Curtis.
We were just talking about Bobby.
We were just talking about Bobby Fuller. We're gonna get. We need. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll bring that up a little bit later on.
Okay,
But
that's
we'll
going to
get
be an
into that a
interesting
little bit later.
podcast. Yes.
Go ahead. Oh, Mr. Spacely.
I really thought you were him. It was awesome. But anyway, I Fought the Law was released.
Jackson, get in here.
I Fought the Law was released as a single.
Sorry.
I Fought the Law was released as a single I Fought the Law was released as a single in 1979 by The Clash. The song is about a person who has committed illegal acts. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But evades being caught by the police.
I'll pour Lacey Peterson on your ass.
Wow, sir. The music for I Fought the Law was originally written for a television show that never got picked up. However, it became popular after being used several times on the British television show Punking Out, which followed punk bands from around London.
You're like punking out.
You're punking out.
You're like punking out
You're
now.
punking out.
Don't punk out.
Yin's kids today.
James kids there punking out all day long, ain't doing nothing. The yard apes.
I'm bringing Yard Apes back.
I'm bringing yard apes back.
Your turn, Lou.
Oh, righty.
Right then.
Yes, that's good. I keep forgetting there's a camera, and I'm probably looking like a total fucking moron.
No, not at all.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's all right.
Doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't matter.
Did you ever see Feast?
No.
Did you see that movie?
Fist?
Okay. Feast.
Oh, Feast. Sorry. I don't think I've ever seen Feast.
There's this. Anyways, so my
dinner.
song is from a movie. It's from Beverly Hills Cop 2, and it is "Shakedown" by Bob Seger.
Ooh, there you go.
Bob.
I love Bob Rubich. Shake up, right.
You okay over there?
I should do the
No,
whole
he's
podcast
not a-
like that.
You should.
No, yeah.
Couldn't
Yeah.
make it today,
Yeah, that'd be great.
so I'll be filling in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Could you? Yeah, would you? That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. That'd be
Bob Seger.
Singer.
Seger.
Is he a
there's-
sewing
there-
machine?
I know there's a lot of people in Indiana County
Yeah.
that say Seger.
Really?
Bob Seger.
Say it how you want, I suppose.
Bob
Sure.
Seger is Hall of Fame. Is a Hall of Fame singer-songwriter with tremendous appeal, but it took some help from Hollywood to earn him an elusive #1 hit. The song was written for the movie Beverly Hills Cop 2, starring Eddie Murphy in his role as Axel Foley. The first Beverly Hills Cop 1 soundtrack had boosted the popular fortunes of the Pointer Sisters with Neutron Dance, Patti LaBelle with New Attitude. For the sequel, it was Seger's turn. Harold Faltermeyer, who wrote the score for the film, wrote the music for Shakedown along with Keith Fossey. Bob Seger wrote the lyrics, which relate to Murphy's character. And song was nominated for an Oscar for Best Music Original Song, but lost to Carly Simon's "Let the River Run" from Working Girl. Like, you look at, I actually rewatched Working Girl recently.
Oh, I love that
and
movie.
it's a good movie, but it's not Beverly Hills Cop.
Right.
Anyways, Glenn Frey, who had a number 2 with Heat Is On from the original Beverly Hills Cop, was slated to record this song, which had different lyrics at the time. However, a week before it was to be recorded, he had to drop out with laryngitis. So
no.
Bob Seger was asked to replace him. However, Bob Seger didn't like the lyrics and thought he retained this. And though he did retain the same chorus, he wrote the verses, which also gave him composer credit on the song. Seger recalls, there were a lot of lyrics about working undercover. I didn't like them, so I threw them all out. I decided to write it my way, and they trusted my judgment. When Seger released his first Greatest Hits album in '94, he left the song off, even though it's his biggest hit. Seger felt it wasn't his greatest and not one of his signature songs.
Well, whatever.
I wonder if what I suspect.
Yes.
Not, first of all, that sounds like a giant line of horse shit.
Just a little bit.
You don't do the greatest hits and not put your number ones on. You just don't. I suspect there was monetary reasons.
Oh, okay.
Somebody was gonna really get greased, and he didn't want him to, and they had a big.
He's like,
So he was like, "Screw you! I'm not gonna put it on my greatest hits, and you're not gonna get that
guys.
one." Exactly.
yep.
But yeah, I think it's a really cool song. I always like it. It's a very cool guitar solo on it, and it really. It's Bob Seger through and through, but it definitely has an '80s.
Oh,
sound.
yeah.
it
Like the
definitely
song
has that
has
feel,
structure
yeah.
like more like an and he didn't write the music, but he did write the lyrics. So he has involvement in creating what the song was going to be, and of course his vocal performance on it is, Jesus.
Yeah.
Bob
Seger.
Yeah, I think I may have said this before that my sister was really into roller skating. I hadn't quite gotten into it as much as she was, and she would hear this song "Old Time Rock and Roll" at the roller rink.
Yes, sir.
And one day we were watching television, and one of these K-Tel commercials came on. All the original hits by all the original artists, and they would flash like a few seconds of the singer. And when Bob Seger came on singing, my sister turns around, looks at me, she goes, "Oh my God, I always thought he was black." She was like, serious as a freaking heart attack,
got
and
that
he
soulful
really does
Right.
have a very soulful voice, Detroit guy,
Right.
rock and roll. But yeah, so I think it's a very cool song, and it does have that, breaking the law, that kind of you're not gonna get away with it. You're busted.
You're done.
Yep.
What do you got, Lily?
I also chose a Clash song.
Oh, good.
Jail Guitar Doors. Released as a B-sided 77 single, Clash City Rockers. This Joe Strummer pen track gives a subtle nod to the trio of rockers who found themselves in trouble with the law: MC5's Wayne Kramer, Fleetwood Mac's Peter Green, and the Rolling Stones' Keith Richards.
Wow.
Kramer would later uplink with Billy Bragg to create Jail Guitar Doors initiative with the aim of providing musical equipment for the use of inmates serving time in prison and funding individual projects, such as recording sessions in UK prisons for former inmates throughout the UK.
Cool.
So fun stuff.
Nice.
They do talk specifically about each person's
Roll.
role in how they went to jail.
Wow.
Kind of fun.
You gotta give me an idea for a podcast.
I have to give you an idea.
You gave me one.
Oh, I did?
Just give.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Oh, I thought he was
I
asking
thought
for
that
one.
I just thought about maybe something where you had to try to get a friend who did not like punk but liked rock to like punk.
Okay.
What band would you tell them to listen to?
Oh,
Wow.
that would be interesting.
I think that would be
That
a.
would be good.
Can I have the pen so I can write it down?
Yeah.
Right there. Thank you.
It's totally doable. It's totally doable.
Because some of the early punk it was like way out there. You know what I mean? But there is a lot though.
Yeah.
There's some that it really I think the reason you said the Clash. I think the Clash is one of those bands.
Yeah, for sure.
And Mr. Pittsburgh Kevin, what is your next pick?
Let me ask you something, Lou.
Oh God.
Are you ready for some dirty deeds done dirt cheap? Dirty deeds done dirt
Dirt.
I have another beer, Kevin. All right.
I
have two, please, yes. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap is the third song on the Australian rock band AC/DC's album. Listen to this. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. What a coincidence.
Whoa.
I know, right?
My mind is blown through my face.
Which was released September 1976. The song is about a man who offers to do any task for money, no matter how dirty or how illegal. Do you like that? I like that
That was
voice.
nice.
I should do the whole podcast in that voice. Maybe not. The title "Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap" comes from the movie Death Race 2000.
Watch me tight.
Okay, I'm not. I'm talking.
You guys make me nervous.
I'm not even
I
looking
look
at you,
at
you
you.
paranoid freak. Anyway, the title comes from.
It's them.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
them.
Jesus, somebody.
No, not you. The one behind you.
knock it off,
creep.
okay?
It's a little creepy.
Maybe come over there. So the title.
Stand over there. This
Yeah.
would be great.
There you go. That would be wonderful. So the title comes from the movie Death Race 2000 from 1975. The actor David Carradine says it by accident while pushing someone into a giant meat grinder.
Oh.
So lead singer Bon Scott watched this movie and thought that phrase would make a good album title for the next album from AC/DC. So that's where that came from.
Nice.
I got to go back and watch that movie now. I remember seeing that as a kid. My mom was very cool. She took us to see Death Race 2000.
That was cool.
That was very cool. Thanks, Mom.
Cool, Mom.
You're the reason I'm twisted.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah, that's it.
I think, but does the song prove or just demonstrate the crime doesn't pay?
No, it just talks about a bunch of cool crimes.
I think you could that's cool. That's a good one. But one I was thinking what by AC/DC would be like Jailbreak.
Yeah.
Because he made it out with a bullet in his back.
Oh my.
Jailbreak.
Oh, man,
I love that song.
I just remembered another one.
Obviously. What was that movie you wanted to see? You wanted me to get again?
What? Who said what?
Oh wow! So let's talk about one of mine.
Okay.
One of mine. One of mine. Oh my God! I'm not prepared.
Yes,
What?
you are.
Sure you are.
No, I'm having.
Are you having issues today?
I'm having crazy time.
Lordy.
So, anyways, guys, rockrageradio.com. Download the app. It's free. I say it's free. It's free.
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 It's
How
free.
much is it?
Free. Totally free. Just download the app or go to rockrageradio.com.
It's even more free if you can feel free like Cream did.
Yeah.
Okay, here I got my shit. Sorry, guys. Looks like I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
Do you mean go get you some?
Yeah,
Okay.
Elmer's is my favorite. One hit Elmer's and I'm good.
Solid.
And there
Solid.
he goes.
Little bump makes you straight.
Yeah, you know. The next thing after Elmer's is chloroform, so.
No rubber cement.
Rubber cement?
Kevin, did you ever see the TikTok video?
God.
We love the TikTok.
And we old, so
It's
we
like-
call it
it's
that
like, you know,
TikTok.
how, like the kids are like being really bad and stuff like that. Like how to get the kids to behave, and it's like chloroform.
There it
People
is.
chloroforming their children.
Oh my god.
Chloroform.
I want, you know, I bet, do you think Mythbusters ever did like a thing about how, cause you know how chloroform is portrayed in the movies, right? Like the guy who's he's got the gloved hand with the thing and it goes over the woman's face and it falls down. And you know, it doesn't. It's like quicksand. You know, like
Right,
for like
right.
years we all thought, oh my god, quicksand, and you find that it's not.
It's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I really thought that was going to be a huge factor in my adult life. Was quicksand.
I
It turned out to
know.
be not so
I was very
much.
worried about it.
I know that. I mean, the way the movies portrayed it for like in the 70s and 80s, it was like it wasn't a lot of. There wasn't a television show that did not eventually come down to two characters being in a quicksand situation.
So you're asking if chloroform's the same way?
Yeah, and chloroform was kind of the same thing. Like chloroform was in, you know, chloroform was in Mannix, McMillan and Wife,
Right.
Cannon, Barnaby Jones, like the Charlie's Angels. Like I mean, chloroform was probably in frickin' Happy Days.
It might have been.
I don't think it was Mythbusters, but I did see a thing on that though. It doesn't work that fast.
Okay.
It takes a while. Yeah, it was
so you don't just immediately
it was
pass
a
out?
it was a report I saw. I don't know first.
Oh, you don't know.
Anyway.
With Sally Wiggins.
With Sally Wiggins tonight on.
You don't know
Channel
anything
4.
about that.
I don't know nothing about that. And Sally Wiggins doesn't remember much either.
Oh! Well, let me put it this way.
Yes.
Speaking of Sally Wiggins, I want to talk about Hot Rod Lincoln by Commander Cody and his
Oh, yeah.
Lost Planet Airmen. And this is just a sweet little ditty. It's got this great rockabilly. It's got good rockability.
Have another drink.
That's it, Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Rockability. I don't know. No.
It's good. No, I actually like it.
Rockability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
But no, seriously, it's got this cool rockabilly riff.
Yeah.
Rockabilly riff. You know what I'm saying?
love
Yeah, I'm
it.
saying
I love
rockabilly
it.
riff. I love it. Anyways, by the band's now defunct official site, Hot Rod Lincoln was originally written by Charlie Ryan. It was first recorded and released by Charlie Ryan and the Livingston Brothers in 1955. It tells the second half of the story started by the song Hot Rod Race, recorded in 1951 by Archie, but this is a complicated history, by Archie Shibley.
Shibley.
And his Mountain Dew Boys.
Mountain Dew
Archie
Boys?
Shibley and his Mountain
Is
Dew
it
Boys.
really?
That's what it says.
Wow.
So that's like what the Foggy Bottom Boys.
Yes,
Basically.
That's kind of what that's evoking here. As referenced in the opening line, have you heard the story of the Hot Rod Race when the Fords and Lincolns was set in the pace? The story is true, I'm here to say, and I was driving that Model A.
Sure was.
The song has these clever rhymes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fun to, it like kind of tickles your ear, you know what I mean?
does.
It's like kind of fun to listen to. You know, they're real clever. While the song tells the race of a Lincoln and a Cadillac on the Grapevine grade in California, the actual location was on the Lewiston grade in Idaho. The most iconic line from the song is, "Son, you're going to drive into drinking if you don't stop driving that Hot Rod Lincoln."
Right on.
Was there really a Hot Rod Lincoln? Yes and no. Actually, it was a rebuilt, one more time, rebuilt car with the body of a Model A coupe set into the frame of a 1941 Lincoln, along with a hopped-up Lincoln engine block. However, at the time of this song's writing, Ryan built a second car, this time with a chop shop melding of a 30 Model A Ford Coupe and a wrecked 1948 Lincoln. It's the second restored car which Ryan had toured.
That's great.
Both songs, Hot Rod Lincoln, Hot Rod Race, are defining anthems of the hot rod community of the 1950s car culture. Hot Rod Lincoln has appeared in soundtracks to the Beverly Hillbillies,
Yep.
MTV's Beavis and Butthead. This was the only hit for Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen, who were a country rock group formed in the University of Michigan. Commander Cody's lead singer and piano player, George Frame. So he's the commander. He's a commander. And we're going to come back to this later because this is going to be lyrics with Loudini.
Oh, yay.
I can't help it.
Oh, nice.
This
Yeah,
is
you
a
have
really,
to. It's fantastic.
That's a really fun. The lyrics are just fun. Real fun.
They're just fun.
Francisco. That's
Super
fun.
What a blast.
Okay, Lily V6 is in the house.
I have the song Hurricane by Bob Dylan, which is kind of a
Okay.
protest song, but it also talks about how I'll just read it. Protest song by Bob Dylan, co-written with Jacques Levy and released in the 76 album Desire. The song is about the imprisonment of boxer Reuben Hurricane Carter. It compiles acts of racism and profiling against Carter, which Dylan describes as leading to false trial and conviction. Carter and a man named John Artis had been charged with triple murder at the Lafayette Grill in Paterson, New Jersey in 1966. The following year, Carter and Artis were found guilty of the murders, which were widely reported as racially motivated. In the years that followed, a substantial amount of controversy emerged over the case, ranging from allegations of faulty evidence and questionable eyewitness testimony to an unfair trial. Basically, Bob Dylan was like trying to help the hurricane, with his whole trial and everything, but it ended up like Bob Dylan got in a lot of trouble for the song. He had to change a lot of the lyrics because it was offending people, but it still drew legal action from eyewitnesses who believed that it portrayed Patricia Graham as her part of the song as a controversy to frame Carter, and it was just this whole big controversy. But I remember it from the movie Dazed and Confused, which is a great part in the movie when they're all walking in that little club.
Oh yeah, I always wondered who did, because I know the song and I'm like, it sounds like Bob Dylan a little bit,
but not really.
Yeah, but that's why it threw me off.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know what that song is.
Big song by Bob Dylan.
Yeah. Wow. Sometimes I'm not the brightest bulb of the circuit.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks, Chloe.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Speaking of Bob Dylan, he's in his 80s and he's still touring. He's been touring steady since like 1989. Literally has not stopped.
I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, and they say that he's really like he appears like a lot of times to really be out of it, and he mixes up he like writes on the spot lyrics to like his like famous songs, and people are confused.
Like, wait a minute, I thought this was
so yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very much.
So wow, Hurricane. That's a good one. That's
Yes.
good. What do you got another one, Kevin?
I do have one. This is from the debut album of a little band called the Runaways.
Yay!
This album came out.
Run away.
No, that's a different one. This album came out in March 1976. And the name of their song is Dead End Justice. Do you remember that song?
I don't.
Oh,
remember this song.
It's a fine song.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen.
Yeah, it's a fun song. So Dead End Justice is the only song on the band's debut album to feature both Joan Jett, and now is it Curie?
I say Curie.
Curie, okay. Cherie Curie.
That's what I've heard.
As lead vocals. It's the longest song on the album at 7 minutes and 1 second. They had to add that 1 second just to
stick
get it in there. The song is based about Cherie as a dead-end kid getting busted for having drugs and being sent to a juvenile detention until she's 18. She hatches a plan to break out with the help of Joan. But while breaking out, she injures herself and urges Joan to go on. I like this song. I actually have it on my playlist.
I might know it. I'd have to listen to it again.
Yeah, if you heard it.
I'm sure I've
you'd
heard
be like,
it.
yeah.
I'm sure I have.
But yeah, I think that one makes up for my last one because this really is talking about.
You're so fired.
Yeah, I feel bad. I'm like, I
You
better
didn't
have
feel
one
bad.
Where
Why
justice
do you feel
is served.
bad?
He doesn't.
You feel so
I feel horrible. I feel terrible.
Oh, you are
Thank you.
terrible.
No, I'm not. You
He's
are.
a terrible person. I love this song.
So we're gonna, I think, wrap up with the Authority song. You know what's
there you
sums up when I fight authority. Authority always wins. I mean, there's nothing more telling you that crime doesn't pay than that.
Yep.
When discussing the song, Mellencamp called it a new version of "I Fought the Law." It's typical of Mellencamp's rebel attitude. Growing up leads to growing old and then to die. And dying to me don't sound like all that much fun, right?
No, not really.
Mellencamp had a complex relationship with authority, which, unlike what's stated in the song, didn't win. He grew up in Seymour, Indiana, where nobody had ever become famous. Ignoring the many naysayers, he went to New York and earned a record deal, which he learned wasn't a big deal after all, as labels were hiring photogenic young rockers by the hundreds. Most of these aspiring superstars came from cities and were willing to play the game, doing whatever the label deemed necessary. Mellencamp clashed with his culture, but didn't have a clear direction. He tried on a number of public personas before establishing his identity as a Heartland rocker with his 1982 American Fool album. By he was still focused on making hits, but imbuing them with more subtext and artistry. He was also transitioning his stage name, becoming John Cougar Mellencamp for the first time. He started recording Johnny Cougar or John Cougar. Thanks to Jack and Diane, It Hurts So Good, Mellencamp was a big star by the time the song was released, and much of his success was owed to MTV. He hated making videos, and the Authority song paired him with a director who had equal disdain for them. Jay Dubin told Sound Facts, "It just has to look nice and exist for a few short minutes. There's no magic in it." The video in black and white shows Mellencamp as a boxer stepping into the ring, but without gloves and without ever actually fighting. Yeah. But cool song, really big song. I fight authority. Authority always wins.
Sure do.
It's a kind of like, and kind of like how like it just kind of sucks sometimes, right? You know, they got you by the short hairs.
Yeah, they do.
I think that's kind of like sort of like sums the song up. You know, you're just like, oh boy.
It's a good song though.
Yeah,
It's one of my faves.
fun song. Good
Fun
beat.
dancing song.
Yeah, I'm sure I watched people dance to that on American Bandstand. As well.
Yeah.
You probably did.
I think that like a lot of people don't realize, us old geezers here, like that's where you saw bands,
Right.
So you would watch like these people dance, waiting to hear the band
who's
you
gonna-
wanted.
yeah, who's gonna be on today.
And quite frankly, I did see John Mellencamp's, John Cougar Mellencamp's band perform on Bandstand. So, but anyways, yeah. So I think we have a cool little list. You can find us on LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com, and you know all the podcast notes and everything, and you can check out the more details on this yourself. I put in some references with a lot more songs that we didn't even talk about. I'm sure there's people in the comments screaming at us, you know.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, they could probably be saying that too. I mean, I'm just scrolling through here. There's so many, like that one.
Yeah.
I think
You know,
the-
that's a good one. You know what I mean? So, where's there? No. See, there's another Dylan, and of course that.
Uh-huh.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
there's just so many. So there's no way we could do them all. So we'll do a part 2 at some point.
course.
This warrants a part 2 for sure. I was trying to think of a versus podcast.
Oh, okay. For the
You know,
week.
so think about it, guys. I'd like to do another versus.
Yeah, we haven't done one in a hot minute.
Yeah. Lily, you brought up Bob Dylan,
I did. Do that.
Hurricane, and that made me realize, or made me think of this documentary. I'm not done with it yet. It's called what's it called, Kevin? The Death Clause.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Called
okay.
The Death Clause. And I'm telling you, man, we're gonna do a podcast on this subject. We got to talk about it. I'm gonna try to get the guy who made the documentary to come on.
Oh, that'd be fun.
If he can. We have limited ways of doing stuff, but you can find, just look at it's on YouTube. It's totally free. Like just go watch it right now.
We'll wait.
Yeah. Pause the
back to us.
podcast. No. Well, you could. I'm not really going to do any spoilers. I'm just going to say, like, as Ray Wiley Hubbard said one time in a song, rock and roll is a vicious game. And yeah, it's a dirty, rotten business, and it turns out that many of our beloved artists, and some who even maybe you don't even know, are worth more to the record industry dead than alive. And this is actually written in to the contract that the artist signs.
Yeah.
Okay. And they take out massive insurance policies on these people.
Jeez, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And some of these people have, when you watch this documentary, you will see the death of people like Prince, Michael Jackson, Tom Petty. You'll start to see their deaths in a little different light. You'll start to question things a little bit. I'm not saying that all those were like, conspiracies or whatever, but it wouldn't surprise me if some of them were. Like, but it's pretty damning. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Really interesting. So you should check it out.
Do a podcast on it. That's gonna be.
Yeah, I want to do a podcast on that for sure. So we do have some cool podcasts coming up for you guys. Before we move on too far here, we have some good ones, and I want to tell you about them, senorita. I think we're going to lie.
Go ahead, tell us now. I will wait right here.
Oh boy.
You wait right here. Okay, so first of all, July is going to be fucking awesome.
It's crazy.
Because we're kicking off the 4th of July, the Independence Day week, holiday week, with what really happened to rock and roll.
Oh.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
This is going to be very in-depth discussion. Okay? So, like, I have, like, a lot of ideas, and this covers a lot of different subjects. There's a lot of things to consider. Like, some very smart people have put out YouTube videos on this, Rick Beato and different people like that. But I feel like a lot of people are just not understanding the entire picture of there's a lot that went into why we are where we are right now with the music business and the music that we have, in the mainstream. I don't hate that word, but the big FM pop stations and rock stations. It's not that rock is dead, but just keep this in mind. Just keep this in mind.
Yes.
There was always, no matter what was on the pop charts, there was always guitar bands. You know what I mean? Like there was always bands like Huey Lewis and the News. There was always bands like Cheap Trick. There was always bands like the Cars. Like this. They're basically rock bands. They just but real catchy songs.
Right.
So you always people like Bryan Adams and Eddie Money and people like that. So mixed in with the more like smoothed out stuff and the dancier stuff, and and there was always the country song. There's always the country song that was rising to the top of the charts, top of the pop charts. So, but that's like we don't have that. Like there's really, and there are really no bands that have come out in the last 20 years that could like pack stadiums. The bands that are packing stadiums are U2, Metallica. Who else?
Well, they have the stadium tour.
I mean, like. There's
not a whole
lot of rock bands that can do that. I mean,
Stones.
The Stones.
Still do it.
The Stones. There we are. I mean, there's a handful, but there's not, and they're all older. None of them are like
current.
Current. Like hot rock bands. We just don't have that right now. So it's we're gonna get into all the whys and what fors of that. So be prepared. Take notes.
Yeah.
We've been doing the second week of the month, an album. And we've done a lot of different kind of albums. We've done metal and rock and, singer-songwriter and a lot of different stuff. We've not done a tribute album. There was this thing that started happening in the 90s. It was really big in the 90s, where there was tribute albums to an artist, and the artists of that day, the current rock artists of that day, would interpret some classic band's catalog. And there was one for Led Zeppelin. So, and Encomium, right? Is that it? Encomium.
Yeah.
Encomium. Am I saying it wrong?
It's an N, isn't it? Econum.
All right, stop talking.
Say it, Lily. What is it?
Ecomium. I don't freaking know.
No, I think that first M is actually an N.
Oh, is it an N?
It is
I
not.
think it is.
It is not.
It isn't?
I spelled it like that at first, and I went and looked it up, and it is not.
Encomium.
Okay.
Yeah, Encomium. So I actually had it right.
Okay.
Tribute to Led Zeppelin. Anyways, there's a lot of It's those artists that were out in the I think it came out in the mid '90s. It's all those artists that bands like Cracker and these different groups. Big Head Todd and the Monsters is like a really cool song. So like we're gonna get into that and explore that album on the 18th. This is gonna be fun.
Oh,
Lily's gonna have to like do a little homework because she's not a big YouTube person.
I watch it enough to know.
Okay,
what's going
but
on.
we're going to talk about 10 YouTubers that actually should be rock stars, or 10 YouTubers. You could frame it like this: 10 YouTubers that, like, if this was the 70s, 80s, or
Right.
90s,
Which
they would
one
be
would- yeah.
they would be household names.
Okay.
So we're gonna go through 10 of those. We're gonna do something a little like we're gonna kind of stretch it out a little bit at the end of the month when rock goes rap, and we're gonna get into these 10 bands that got rappers to get up and headbang, or headbangers to get up and rap, or
What have you?
exactly
either or.
either or.
It goes both ways.
So we're gonna talk about that and that whole phenomenon, and what we think of that. So anyway, so July is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And so I just want to give you guys a heads up as to what in the wide world of sports is going on.
Lou doesn't even like sports.
But I like that quote.
But he sure do like Blazing Saddles.
I did. That's one of the greatest movies that ever happened. Absolutely. Oh my God. And the other great movie that happened is
Oh, go ahead.
The Incredible Weight of Massive Talent.
There it is.
I think that's the title. Well, but it's Nick Cage plays Nick Cage. If you have not seen it, you should check it out. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's out there. It's out there. It's all out there.
Just for you.
Just for yins all.
It's all out there for a taking, Kay.
Oh, look at that. Look
That's
at
a
that.
mess.
That's a big pile of
Golly.
code right up in your ass.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to put...
What are you doing?
He's trying to fix it.
I'm trying
Oh,
to
this
get...
computer
I'm
magic.
trying to get my window right.
There you go.
So I do have to...
Yes.
Loudini...
You have to.
The band has to
There you go.
nix it
We
for
want
a
to hear
second,
you.
because I don't want to get...
Lubricate. So anyway, I was just thinking about blah 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 blah.
Oh man, I gotta teach you guys how to like vamp. You see
We're
somebody-
scared 'cause we
you
don't
see me
want-
like I'm taking a drink or something.
Well, I
like,
didn't know you were going to drink like a freaking camel.
I know. Jeez, you all right there?
You can feel
Gonna
feel
wet
free to
yourself
jump in and
later.
say,
Okay.
You know.
Wow.
Hurry up, Lou, and drink your water.
that's great.
You need a like a hand.
Let's go,
signal.
Brandon. I don't know.
I'm never ever going to say that.
Let's go, Loudini. Nah, that doesn't work. Forget it.
You're such a
Let's go, Loudini. Yeah, all right. Maybe it did work because look, he finished.
Okay, this is Hot Rod Lincoln,
Here we go.
and I hope I don't fuck this up.
LINCOLN.
Fuck us.
I know how to spell Lincoln.
You sure?
Did you just call me Abe Lincoln? No, I said A. Blinken. Have you heard the story, Lily, of the hot rod race? When the Fords and Lincolns was setting the pace, the story is true, and I'm here to say, I was driving that Model A.
I didn't know you were that old.
Oh, careful.
Now I know.
Now you know I'm that. I was this. You were this many days old when you found out I was that many years old.
I was 40.
I got a. It's got a Lincoln motor, and it's really souped up, and that Model A body makes it look like a pup.
I wanted to add some sound.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's got 8 cylinders, uses them all. It's got overdrive, just won't stall. With 4-barrel carb and dual exhaust, with 4.11 gears, you can really get lost. It's got safety tubes, but I ain't scared. The brakes are good, the tires are fair.
Can't imagine.
Pulled out of San Pedro late one night with the moon and the stars was shining bright. Was driving up Grapevine Hill, passing cars like they was standing still. All of a sudden, in the wink of an eye, a Cadillac sedan passed us by. I said, boys, Mark, that's a mark for me. And then the taillight was all you could see. Now the fellas was ribbing me for being behind, so I thought I'd make the Lincoln unwind. I took my foot off the gas and, man alive, I shoved it on down into
That
overdrive.
sounds dirty.
It is. This song is probably a metaphor for,
What? What do you mean? No.
you know what? See? Lily's shedding a whole new light on it.
It's making
Wound
me-
it up
making
to
me a little warm.
110. My speedometer said I'd hit top end. My foot was blue like it led to the floor. That's all there is, and there ain't no more. Now the boys all thought I lost my sense, and telephone poles looked like a picket fence. They said, slow down, I see spots. The line on the road just looked like dots. Took a corner, sideswiped the truck, crossed my fingers just for luck. My fenders were clicking the guardrail posts. My guy beside me was white as a ghost. Smoke was coming from out of the back when I started to gain on that Cadillac. I knew I could catch him. I thought I could pass. But don't you know by then we'd be low on gas? We had flames coming from out of the side. Feel the tension. Man, what a ride. I said, look out, boys. I got a license to fly. And that caddy pulled over and let us by. Now, all of a sudden, she started to knocking. And down in the dips, she started to rockin'. I looked in the mirror. A red light was blinking. The cops was after my hot rod Lincoln. They arrested me and put me in jail and called my pappy to throw my bell. And he said, son, you're going to drive me to drinking if you don't stop driving that hot rod Lincoln.
There you go.
That
That was a fun song.
is a super fun
the
song.
music
It's
is fun. The lyrics are fun.
yeah. Good
Kind of
jam.
got me a little hot over here.
Yeah, and
Really?
I love the idea
Wow.
that this is a metaphor for getting laid.
I didn't even think of that. That was-
Now you know.
He's like cruising, and like
Why
this,
are there other
this
guys
car
involved?
well
Doesn't matter. It's not relevant.
he's got to have his wingman.
Oh,
There you,
see?
there you go. That's a good.
Thanks,
There it
Lou.
is. There it is.
He's got to have
Thanks,
his
Lou.
he's got to have his
Clearing that
wingman. His wing wang.
Wing
He's got to have his
gotta have
wingman.
some-
Wing Wang Men.
He's got to have his wingman.
Hi.
And so they're cruising for some action, and this Cadillac shows up.
Yeah.
She's
Fancy.
like taunting him, teasing him,
Fancy.
He's like, I ain't having it.
No.
And so this whole thing where he overtakes her is, that's
That's some rock and roll right there.
That's the
Ave Maria.
That was beautiful, Lou. I never hear that song when I'm having sex, though.
What a lovely singing voice you
that's
must
great.
have.
Let me know when we're gonna have sex. I'll come over and play it.
I mean, I can't believe you didn't know already.
That's what we'll do. We'll have big speakers outside, right outside the door.
Go ahead.
We'll listen when we hit the moment. We'll put
Go ahead.
the whole neighborhood. The giant lights.
Lily's got a friend over again.
I'll put a show on. I don't care.
Wow.
Lily Von Stupp put on a show.
Nice.
Lord, I apologize. I thought I had this all together, and I do not have this section. But I know Lily's got a good band for
Lily
us.
I
always
do
has
have a good band. I have the Almas, all-American touring original hard rock band from New Munster, Wisconsin.
They say, some people say they smell like Munster cheese.
They might. I don't know. Their music has a very large and organic sound following the yesteryear of rock and roll. They impart the truest essence of rock and roll through their guitar-driven licks, road dog attitude, and high-energy professional live performance. I have seen them live. It is female-fronted. It is fantastic. Since the beginning of 2019, get the clown out of here. They've embarked.
Honky the Clown.
Since 2019, they have embarked on numerous U.S. tours playing from coast to coast, most notable the Whiskey A Go-Go and breaking into Canada with the Maple Rock Fest. They are currently on the Mama We're All Crazy tour with the Ratchet Dolls and some dates solo. Check
Do
them
they
out.
do that song?
No, they don't.
Mama, we're all crazy
They
now.
do not do
Oh,
that.
that would have been cool.
Unless they've put it in their list since I've seen them.
Oh.
It's a great band, though.
Cool. Well, good one. Did I spell that correctly?
The Almas. Yes, you did. Good job.
You
Not
had
the
me.
Almas, not the llamas.
No, not the Llamas.
Almas.
That's a completely different band.
Yes.
The llamas. The
They
dollies.
spit. They spit a lot.
Careful, they spit. That was perfect because it's
I
from a
know.
movie I know. Do you know what movie I'm talking about? No, you don't know.
No,
Because
I
it's a
don't.
cartoon.
I'm not allowed to watch those movies. Mama says I'll get blind.
It's The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh.
Or no, it's from Aladdin. It's from
Is it?
Aladdin. Yeah.
Hey, what happened?
What?
this
what
day.
happened? Oh, some bunch of bullshit.
That's a
Usually.
bullshit.
Some bullshit happened. Some people were born. Some people died. Look
Some
it
people
up.
did shit.
The Beatles. Okay, it does not start with the Beatles.
Nice.
No, God damn it.
What?
But Lennon and McCartney still showed a fucking. God damn them,
Those
motherfuckers.
guys, man, they
They have a
weasel
way.
their way into everything. Why? Why do they do that? Their
Peter
attention-
Gordon went to number 1 on the U.S. singles chart
Uh-huh.
with the Lennon and McCartney song, "A World Without Love."
Oh.
I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world. That's a Lennon McCartney.
I did not know
I
that.
was today years old when I learned that. I should know that.
I think I did.
Why didn't
I'm
you
a
know that?
huge music fan, but why don't I know that?
I think I did that.
It's like I didn't know. I learned this about 10 years. Steve Earle told me this.
Uh-huh.
Red Rubber Ball was written by Paul Simon.
Oh,
Really? Huh.
and now you know. Well, now I know.
Uh-huh.
You already knew.
The more
Now
you
all
know.
you know.
The Rolling Stones on this day in 1964 appeared as the entire panel on a UK TV show, Jukebox Dury.
That's how I would say that.
Box
We're
Derry.
The music panel show ran on the BBC June 1st, 1959 and December 1967, tracking 12 million viewers weekly and Saturday nights. It would be best if they would kind of give you like an idea of like
what the hell that is?
What
Yeah.
the hell is that?
What? I know what that is. What the hell is that? What the hell?
is that?
Oh my god.
On this day in 1966, the mothers
Hey.
Of invention.
Language.
of prevention,
Mothers of Prevention.
that
the
a
mothers
thing?
of invention released their debut studio album, "Freak Out," on Verve Records.
Aw, freak out.
They did that song. I'm lying. We just lie.
I know.
Often cited as one of rock music's first concept albums, the album is a satirical expression of frontman Frank Zappa's perception of American pop culture and the nascent freak scene of Los Angeles. It was also one of the earliest double albums in rock music.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, I'm not giving anybody else the chance.
No, that's fine.
Go ahead.
Oh, Mick Jagger. 1967, Mick Jagger was found guilty of illegal possession of 2 drugs found in his jacket at a party given by Keith Richards. You don't say.
It was
He
Midol.
had 2 drugs. He had 2 drugs. He had ibuprofen and a Tylenol.
He was remanded overnight at Lewes Jail, England. Jagger requested books on Tibet and modern art and 2 packs of Benson and Hedges cigarettes.
Whoa. Wow.
Oh boy.
Exactly, sir.
Elvis Presley
Elvis.
Elvis
appeared on an NBC TV show that was billed as his comeback special. I said come.
Back.
The show featured the King performing on a small square stage surrounded by mostly female audience. Presley was outfitted in black leather and performed many of his
baby.
early hits.
Look at how top my trousers are.
1970 Queen, the newly formed Queen, featuring Freddie Mercury, possibly still known as Freddie Bossara, on vocals, guitarist Brian May, drummer Roger Taylor, and Mike Gross on bass. Played the first gig at I never say this one right. Truro City Hall, Cornwall, England. They were billed as Smile, Brian and Roger's previous band for whom the booking had been made originally. Original material at this time included an early version of Stone Cold Crazy.
Oh, look at that.
You don't go crazy. Girl, you crazy.
Great.
How come you so crazy?
Because I'm here.
Well,
That is
part
true.
of it. In 1970, Led Zeppelin, this day, the 3-day Bath Festival, when you get on tour, guys,
Bath Festival.
you get very dirty,
Right.
and rockers, occasionally get together, in a Bath Festival. It's a giant. They take they this, like, say the Pittsburgh stadiums there,
Right.
and you would fill them up with all the way to the top with water,
Yeah.
and all these rock and rollers get in there,
Sure. It's a Bath Festival.
Wait a minute. Why haven't I signed up for
and
this?
they have all kind of nice, sudsies in there, and
ducky.
Calgon.
they got rubber duckies, Calgon, mm-hmm.
Oil of Olay.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's all there. It's the Bath Festival.
It's called the Bath
A selection
Festival.
of rubber ducks.
And Led Zeppelin was there. You know, it included Santana, The Flock, Hot Tuna. All right, I know Hot Tuna.
Hot tuna, sure.
Country Joe McDonald,
yes.
Coliseum, Jefferson Airplane. Set aborted.
Oh.
So maybe they chooched.
They were afraid to take the clothes off.
Maybe.
I don't blame them.
Get into the
Birds
bath.
played an acoustic set. Dr. John, Frank Zappa, Canned Heat. It's a Beautiful Day. Steppenwolf, Johnny Winter. Gee, everybody was there. Peter
Holy
Green, Pink
I
Floyd.
wasn't there.
You know
Who performed their new suite, Adam Hart Mother, which at the time was announced as the Amazing Pudding.
I want some
Yeah,
amazing pudding.
Pentangle Fairport Convention and Keith Hart.
Keith!
Do you want to read one?
No.
Okay.
Too far
1970, the Jackson 5 started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with The Love You Save, the group's third number 1 of the year. It made number 7 in the UK.
Wow.
That and ABC are like those songs that are so like infectious.
Yes.
You know, if you can't.
Very danceable,
Yeah,
too.
like you just can't. You got to get up, and move when they start playing. 1970, the Transcontinental Pop Festival, better known as the Festival Express, set off the tour. Was unique in that rather than flying to each city, most of the acts traveled on a chartered train. Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin, the band, Flying Burrito Brothers, Buddy Guy Blues Band, all traveled together on a train, playing shows in Toronto, Winnipeg, Saskatoon, and Calgary. So there's a movie
Yeah, we had talked
about
this.
There's a documentary called Festival Express. Somebody was smart enough to take a lot of video equipment and record this, and especially record the activity on the train.
Oh.
And
okay.
there's like 24-hour jams. Like people would come
Why
in,
don't
you
they
know
do
what I
this
mean,
now?
and then somebody would. Someone else would go and they would go eat dinner, maybe go to bed or whatever, and then other people would come and the music would just kept going.
Why don't they do this now?
Yeah, it's kind of cool, huh?
1980, Led Zeppelin appeared at Mess Hall, Nuremberg, Germany.
In a mess hall.
In a mess
Yeah,
hall.
mess hall.
During their last
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
tour, after the group had played just 3 songs, drummer John Bonham collapsed on stage, causing the remainder of the show to be canceled.
You okay?
Stop drinking
John?
all the Jack, friend.
You okay, John?
Wow. Michael Jackson on this day, 1981, had his first solo UK number 1 with One Day in Your Life, a song recorded by Jackson with his 1975 album Forever Michael.
Ever Michael.
Yeah, that is there's a good example, right? The Jackson 5 are a really big band, and Michael Jackson goes off on his own, and he doesn't immediately knock it out of the park and become the biggest thing ever. It's this build up, and when that Thriller came out, that
was it.
Boom. That was just Off the Wall was a good record. He had big hits on that, but that Thriller was just you couldn't not know the songs. You could be the hardest core rocker and you knew the songs because they were just everywhere and they were good. Go ahead.
1981, Motorhead scored their only UK number 1 album with No Sleep Till Hammersmith. The live album was recorded at Leeds and Newcastle shows during their short, sharp pain in the neck tour in 1981. The name of the tour was a reference to the injury sustained by Phil Taylor when he was dropped on his head during some after-show horseplay. Not when he was a child, because that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, right.
Despite the title of the album, the London venue, the Hammersmith Odeon, was not played on the tour. Stamped.
Aww. That's terrible.
Oh my god.
You get to talk about the Fat Boys.
I can't wait because I do love them.
I'm talking about Whitney Houston. 1987, Whitney Houston became the first She became the first woman. She became the first woman in U.S. history to enter an album chart number 1 with Whitney. She also became the first woman to top the singles chart with 4 consecutive releases when I Want to Dance with Somebody hit number 1.
Oh. In 1988, the Fat Boys filed a $5 million lawsuit against the Miller Beer Company following a TV commercial featuring 3 overweight rappers clad in Fat Boy-style Davy Crockett hats.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Davy Crockett.
The Disorderlies. That's their movie.
That's right.
That's their
right.
movie. I was sitting here thinking of it.
Don Amichi's in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Poor Don Amici. You should see. I remember. I never saw the movie, but I saw the Siskel and Ebert review of it.
It's horrible, but I love it.
And they were like, and like one of them, I can't remember if it was Siskel or Ebert, was like genuinely concerned for Don Amici.
Really?
Because he looked. They're like, he looks terrified.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man.
Michael Jackson played his first night on his Dangerous World Tour at the Olympic Stadium in Munich, Germany. This is 1992. The tour consisted of 69 concerts, approximately 3.9 million fans across 3 continents. All profits made from the tour were donated to various charities, including Heal the World Foundation, Jackson's main reason for conducting the tour.
See?
And, I mean, you can't do this today.
No.
A band cannot go out and then donate all the proceeds.
Nope.
Because this is the only way they make any
how
money.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's a sad world. But the next band, 1994, Aerosmith, became the first major band to let fans download a full new track free from the internet.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
OMG.
1997, Sheryl Crow did something.
She did that.
Okay, next.
Did she now?
She appeared at this. I mean, like they
That
could put any
really
of these,
is not a thing.
They could have put like any of these other bands.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
the 3-Day Festival in Glastonbury, and Sheryl Crow was one of the acts, but a bunch of other very cool bands were there as well. So like Smashing Pumpkins, Sting.
But they
Back.
put Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
That's
thing.
interesting. Corrs, 1988. After spending 30 weeks on the UK album chart, the Corrs went to #1 with "Talk on Corners." It went on to be the best-selling UK album in 1998, spending 142 weeks on the chart. I don't even know who they are.
Of course, I'll drink to that.
Right?
Woo! If they're an Irish band.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
I don't think we really need to read that
Yeah.
one.
Brian O'Hare, singer with the guitarist with the Foremost, hung himself at age 56
Oh,
on this
well,
day,
that
1999. So that's like a lot of happy stuff. Go ahead.
2002, John Entwistle, one day before the scheduled first show, The Who scheduled first show of The Who 2002 U.S. tour bass player John Entwistle died aged 57 in his hotel room. I'm not reading the rest of this.
No,
This is so depressing.
I want this to be a happy podcast.
This is how you die.
Yeah, right?
Entwistle went to bed that night with a stripper.
Nice.
Woke
She
up
woke
at 10 a.m.
found out he went to bed with a stripper. I mean, come on, dude.
Everybody's
What
dying.
is a better way to go than that,
Nice,
man?
John.
Well, I hope he snorted cocaine out of
He
her
died
asshole.
doing what he loved. Or who he loved. I don't
didn't
know.
love
Either
her.
or. Well, briefly.
That sounds good.
Can't buy love, but you can rent it for a few minutes.
Oompa loompa.
I was thinking that was a Muppet thing. That's where I was going.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, guys, that's like I think pretty much gonna do. Yeah.
Yeah, this is stupid.
Yeah, we don't.
Chris Squire,
Oh, today, yeah.
bassist, guitarist,
Yeah.
co-founder of Yes, progressive rock band, passed away at the age of 67.
died.
He had leukemia.
Everybody's dying. It's
Everybody's
sad.
dying.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. The next one died.
This is a whole bunch.
All right, let's go to birthdays instead of die
Right,
days.
Yeah,
so,
come on.
so when you got born, not when you got dead.
Yeah.
Doc Pomus, American Pumice, Pumice,
Hummus.
Hummus. Does Doc Pumice eat hummus? That's what I
I don't know. I want some hummus now, though.
He's best known as a lyricist of many rock and roll hits with Mutt Shillman, Teenager in Love, Save the Last Dance for Me, Sweets for My Sweet, Can't Get Used to Losing You, Little Sister, Suspicion, Surrender, and Viva Las Vegas.
That's the way it used to go.
Go ahead.
1994, Bruce Johnston, excuse me.
Johnston. My old Johnston.
Vocals, guitar, The Beach Boys in 1965. He joined the band for live performances, filling in for the group's co-founder Brian Wilson. He wrote the #1 Barry Manilow hit "I Write the Songs" and also sang the recordings for Elton John's "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me" and several songs on Pink Floyd's album The Wall. Go Bruce.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Bruce.
Don't let your sun go down on me. Wow.
Good day, Bruce. Happy birthday.
That's not your. I didn't say
Not
your.
what he.
Don't let your sun go down on me.
It's the sun.
He's
Your son.
I don't have a son.
Don't let your son.
Not that you know of.
I kind of feel like I would know if I shot a child out. Thank you very much.
Wow. Shot out a child. That was the day I shot out a child.
Well,
You shat on the child?
maybe. I don't know.
My.
I don't really know what's going on at this point.
No, right?
American guitarist Jim Fuller was born in 1947.
Sure.
Safaris.
Yes.
They had that big hit with the song Wipeout. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's been in tons of movies and TV commercials.
If you don't know
and
it, look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
1951, Gilson Lavis. Is that how we say that?
Yes.
Sure,
English
why
drummer
not?
Gilson Lavis, who has worked with Chuck Berry, Jules Holland, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Dolly Parton. He was working in a brickyard when he noticed the advertisement in Melody Maker for Squeeze, who he joined in the 70s.
Yeah, Squeeze. That's a good band.
Yeah.
There's always bands that I don't know.
You kind of forget about him.
You
Yeah,
kind of forget them. So
yeah.
it'd be kind of cool to kind of maybe do something with it. But anyways, Lisa Germano, American singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist, 94 album Geek the Girl, also worked with John Mellencamp, Simple Minds, Neil Finn, Sheryl Crow, Iggy Pop, and Jewel and Eels. Happy birthday, Lisa.
What are we at? Oh, 1958. Jeffrey Lee Pierce, American singer-songwriter and guitarist, and the founding member. Wow. The Gun Club. Pierce died from a blood clot on his brain on March 31st, 1996, age 37. But I also wanted to say that Bill Damiano on this day and interviewed Doug Carnahan, lead vocalist for After the Fall. So he wrote that on there.
Oh.
Wow. So, anyways, that's pretty much it.
Well, today's a horrible day for
It is
birthdays.
a horrible day.
Yeah, there was not a lot of
I
big
wanted
rockers.
it to be a happy day.
The weekend comes rolling all week to you.
I thought you were going to do more.
I don't know. That's all we're doing. We're
Yeah.
not doing no more.
Okay.
That's
lost
all there
interest
is, and
in
there ain't no more. Sonny boy. Is there
Sonny-
any comments that we have to deal with? Is there any people
That
out
we
there?
have to deal with? You make it sound like a chore.
Well, I mean,
Bill
these-
Damiano had his dad had a 32 Model A Victoria.
Nice.
He laughed at the thing about you guys coming up to my door with the speakers.
You're not going to laugh, but
I'm going to be screaming, hopefully. He has had Thriller on cassette. He loved the movie The Disorderlies, and he also had the Fat Boys on cassette, and that's what I have as far as comments.
well, thanks, Bill. Andy Demet was in earlier.
What
are you trying-
That's Michael Goltz. I saw it, but it must have jumped off my comments.
What are we trying to lubricate?
I don't know.
That was when you were drinking water.
Lubricate the pain.
Wanna need some lubrication, baby. Teddy. Speaking of Ted Nugent,
Yes?
you guys should definitely watch that documentary. He's in it, Death Claws.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Highly
Yeah, it's really
recommend that you guys check that out because I could post it in the inner circle, but it's like damn. So, anyways, guys, go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com and download. There's no app to download,
No.
but we're working on that, But now go there and there's all kind of cool stuff there. You can get on, you get signed up for our newsletter and gives you access to our Inner Circle group where you can hang out with us. RockRageRadio.com, download the app, and check out wolfscustoms.online. Find them on social media for custom artwork done on your musical instrument. Lily?
Also, listen to my show, Hot Licks with Lily 6, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Rock Rage Radio. Download the app or just go to rockrageradio.com. I will be at Gigaroo this weekend at Iceland Park in Salzburg. It's the Rock for Life concert series.
Kickery.
It's a charity event sponsored by RFL Records. I didn't know that till just a second. I guess I should start reading things when they're sent to me. Yeah. But it's 2 days of bands, and the money and proceeds all go to children who are in need. There's going to be tons of vendors. I'm going to be there doing interviews on site. I hate you guys so much. But come on out. It's going to be a great time. You can go camping, bring your own beer, that sort of thing. There will also be breweries on site and food. So that's where I will be. Breaking shit, apparently.
Yeah. Wow. All kind of.
Next week we will have a special guest, Fred Durst, on the show. No, we will not.
I won't be here. If that's the case.
Durst is cursed.
Oh, my.
But make sure you remind people what day we're doing next week.
We are doing
Oh,
it on
yes.
the 5th. No, I'm gonna be hanging out here and watching the fireworks from my porch,
From your hillside.
From your loft.
So, I'm not gonna be doing the podcast. So we will be on Tuesday the 5th.
Yep.
I will be here.
I'll be here.
I'll be here too.
I'll be here 3.
And I helped.
You did. And who are you again?
Who am I?
Who be you be?
Like for real, or should I make
Yes,
up a
for
character?
real.
Oh, I'm Pittsburgh Kevin, everybody.
And, what are you doing?
What's going
What
on
are
there,
we
Lily?
laughing at?
Him.
Oh, him.
Lily, what are you doing? What's going on there, Lily?
I think that we lost everybody today.
Yeah.
I think we pissed.
Hey, look, we
Well,
they
we're-
all can't be gems.
We're an hour and a half in, that's why.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna get the hell out of here. Have a great week, and
Happy 4th of July.
Have a wonderful 4th of July. Keep rocking, stay free, and we'll catch you next week on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
For your